Hello, and welcome to today's video on the Kyocera DuraXV Extreme, a 4G LTE flip phone from Verizon Wireless that is designed to be a dumb phone, a basic feature phone like this setup here. So there you have them. This one here is one I just got and is bare bones stock. Nothing has been modified on it, just exactly as it came with the phone. So let me turn up the volume on this. And on here too. So one thing you may notice right off the bat is it has the same exact beeps as the older Kyocera DuraXV, which I do have one. I'll have to make a video comparing the two pretty soon, but that won't make an appearance in today's video, the original. So, you hear those noises? So, those are the same sounds that I had on my old Sanyo Katana LX. So I think it's really cool that they kept that feature here because Sanyo is part of Kyocera, or was part of Kyocera. So here, so basically the way this is set up, you have this button here that pretty much goes to whatever you want it to. Well, kind of. There's you can choose pretty much whatever. Same with this button over here. They call it the SOS button for reasons unknown to me. Oh. Do the same thing there. And over here, up top, we have these buttons that by default do nothing when the phone is shut, except for when you're in a call. Pretty sure when you're in a call they will. Let's see. Let me test it.
Page plus cell push. Press 1.
It will toggle speakerphone on a call there, but that's it for that left one. So what I want to show you briefly is how I have mine set up versus a stock setup. So right off the bat, you may notice right there, you see that? Some of you may recognize what that is. Let's open up the notifications. That is Signal Check Pro. And we have here all those lovely network stats. Love it. So how am I doing this, you may ask? These phones actually are secretly running Android. So here we have, for example, I have Spotify. I can play music on it. I can do all sorts of cool stuff. And what I really want to show you is how transformative it is to use the key mapper or the button mapper app. So right here, let me find it. So I have this left one shortcut. You can change it and you can change it with the default settings of the phone itself to change it to whatever you want the shortcut. So I have it to my quote-unquote business tools, which are actually the apps. So let's go over down here to button mapper. So this is the most important app for this phone, hands down, because you can actually customize all these buttons to do whatever you want. So why does that matter? Well, first off, you see this little microphone button. Normally, when you're not on the home screen, that does nothing, absolutely nothing. When you're on the home screen,
say a command.
It'll open up their rudimentary voice assistant. But the way I have it set up, it's my home button. Why? Well, when you press the N button to get home normally, it actually closes out of whatever you're doing. And I'm going to demonstrate that by opening Spotify and playing some music. See the SOS button? Using Button Mapper, I actually have it to where one tap is play or pause. So let's play some music. Or maybe it's going to make me actually select a song. Well, I didn't want to have to get to this part so quickly, but I need to show you how to actually run apps on this phone. How to, actually be able to use apps. That is right here in the MATVT mouse for Android. Do not use the apps for flip mouse. It sucks. This one is so much better. Check it out. You press and hold star, or however you have it set up, and look, just like that, you have a mouse. And you can actually tap star once and turn it into scroll mode, which scrolls much faster than normal, and actually allows you to scroll on anywhere. Don't know how, did not mean to open Reddit there. So this is insignificant because, gonna go back to Spotify. How? Well, I can go back through the menu, and you can replace any of these with whatever you want. As you can see, I've put Spotify there. Oh yeah, I'll just do it this way for now. So let me go ahead and use my mouse here to play a song. It's gonna shuffle on that. Alright, so it's playing music. If I hit end, that's it. No more music. It closed out. However, I had to turn off the mouse mode there. If I... Here, let me just press the play button that I have programmed in. Yeah, works like a charm when it actually had something playing. If I press my home button, which I mapped with the button mapper, it works great. I also have this to where if I press and hold, it goes to recent apps. Now this is a function that's normally unreachable on this phone. You actually cannot access this at all. However, I have it set up to where you can. Just like that, you can see everything just open, and you can close them all like that by remove all from list. And just like that, that closed all your running apps. Not something you can normally do at all. You also normally can't install apps unless you download them from the web browser. However, using APK. Right here, using the Aurora store, which you can download from F-Droid's website, you don't need the F-Droid app for it. You can. This is a Google Play Store client. You actually log into your Google account, and you can download anything you want, which is amazing. So amazing, because even apps that you've paid for on your Google account, you can download from here, and it'll just show up as paid, and you click the buy button, and it doesn't charge anything. It just downloads them since you've already paid them. It doesn't know you've bought it, but when you actually download it, it does. So this is where I get all the apps for on this phone. And let me just show you guys a few more different ways that I have mapping to save my life here. So pressing this button once still has a default function of opening the camera. However, what if I double tap it? Oh, look at that. Okay, let me do it somewhere that's not the home screen. If I double tap, it takes a screenshot. If I press and hold, it goes to app info. So both of these functions are normally not reachable on the phone. Normally, the only way you can actually get to the app info is by going all the way to settings, all the way to developer settings, developer options, which you can't get to unless you've gone first to About Phone and gone here to software information, and you actually have to press and hold on the build number repeatedly. So, or select it repeatedly. So it says you're already a developer, which is true. So basically, you would have to go to developer options, then scroll all the way down, which is really bad at scrolling, because actually what it's doing is quite often when you get to the bottom of the page, it'll pop right back up to the top. So it takes forever to scroll to the bottom. Well, not really that forever. Here we are. It's been like, what, 10-15 seconds and we're there. But you go to advanced settings, and there you have your apps and notifications. That's just awful. And you have to go down more to go to see all your apps, and there we are. So that's a lot of work when you can just press and hold this button. And then if I want to, yeah, double tap takes a screenshot anywhere, which is just incredible that because that, again, that's a function normally not reachable on this phone. Another function of this phone that's normally not reachable that I have enabled using Button Mapper, because again, it's not really enabling or disabling anything, it's just giving you a shortcut to access a built-in function of the phone that you normally can't access. So if I press this back left button here, right there, goodness, right here, the speaker button. Check it out. It is actually, oh my gosh. There we go. Boom! Look at that. It has a whole notification tray, which is normally not reachable. So I actually have my 2 and my 8 key set up to where if I press and hold, it'll scroll up and down. Check that out. If you want to actually select anything, you have to use the mouse, but that's fine. You can just easily switch it to mouse mode. Scroll down. There, I can tap on that screenshot I took. I can, here. I can go right there to signal check. I can enable Wi-Fi, I can disable it, same with Bluetooth and all these other things. The only thing that really does not work at all is this. Flashlight doesn't do anything if you turn it on. Nothing. You have to use the built-in app, which is really crappy. And you can turn on battery saver, but the phone doesn't have any sort of battery saver built in. So I'm not sure if that's doing anything, or if it's not. It might be doing something. Really don't know, couldn't tell you. This, of course, does nothing. However, check this out. I have this right button set up. You press it once, it opens up the quick panel, which is very nice if you ever need to quickly adjust your brightness. But regardless, if I... Oh, what was I going to show you guys? Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, if I double tap this button, check it out. It actually turns. Okay, well I guess it doesn't work on this app. So let's go somewhere like, let me disable mouse mode. Let's go somewhere like the Aurora store. Yeah, check it out. Because I double tap that, it's sideways now. You can actually force the screen to go sideways, which is very, very useful in a lot of different settings. Press and hold this button on the right back here, and look at that. It turns on Wi-Fi. Just like that. Isn't that crazy? Press and hold and it disables it. Over here on the left, press and hold and enable Bluetooth. Press and hold disables. So I've shown you what single tap, double tap, press and hold does here, as well as single tap and press and hold. What about double tap? Ta-da! It brings up the power menu, which allows you to once again screenshot or restart, which normally all of this is not reachable. And there's more. I have these soft keys programmed to do something really useful. If I press and hold that, you see what happens? It's actually dimming the screen. Press and hold this, it's brightening it. Because normally that's a really awful feature of this phone, or not feature, but like problem with it, is it's hard to adjust the brightness without a lot of ridiculous extra steps. So yeah, I think that's pretty great. But you haven't seen the best of it yet. So over here, single tapping this button plays and pauses music, yeah? Even if Spotify is totally closed, it'll usually still work. If I double tap it, let me pull that notification more. If I double tap it, it'll actually change the song. Just like that. And press it again to turn off. Also, it looks like I accidentally pressed and held this button here, which turns on the flashlight. It's really crappy. You can't press and hold to turn it off. You have to actually press to turn off. But regardless, the best thing that I have this phone set up to do that really impresses me for a flip phone is if you press and hold this button here, the SOS button, I have it set up using, all of this is just using Button Mapper. No root, nothing fancy. Look at that. It'll take a second to open if you haven't eaten. Hello! So because I hadn't opened it for a while, it's gonna be slow.
Hi there. This week I'm celebrating World UFO Day. For a laugh that's out of this world, just say, tell me an alien joke.
So, for those of you who don't recognize, here, let's try it. Tell me an alien joke.
Where do aliens like to boogie? at Studio 51.
So, this is Alexa. The full-blown Alexa works on this phone. Oh, okay. And there's my actual Alexa device talking because I dared say her name. But regardless, I think it's great that I have Alexa working on this phone. So, yeah, I have let me just go back over what I have mapped using Button Mapper. Press and hold soft keys to turn brightness up and down. Press and hold this button for recent apps. Single tap goes home. I haven't shown you yet, but double tap is menu. So let me go to Google Chrome. And then I can double tap and it opens up the menu. Isn't that neat? Presses the menu button, which still exists on Android despite it not being actually built into most phones. And then this one, single tap does nothing fancy, it's just a default function, which is toggling speakerphone when in a call or opening camera from the home screen. Double tap is a screenshot. Press and hold takes you to recent app info, which is oh so very useful. Pressing and holding 8 scrolls down. Pressing and holding 2 scrolls up. Double tapping the volume will also, oh no, I changed it. Never mind, that does nothing normal, that does nothing fancy. And then back here, single tap opens up the quick panels, press and hold, turns Bluetooth on or off, just like that. Double tap rotates the screen. Over here we have single tap opens up notifications. Double press and hold toggles Bluetooth. Double tap brings up the power menu. So very, very useful stuff. And then of course here, press once to play music. Press twice to skip the song. Press and hold for voice assistant. How are you?
This Monday has been magnificent.
I wish I could say the same. So, there we have it. All just using Button Mapper. And definitely gotta have Aurora Store. And the default browser isn't great. I quickly replaced it with Chrome. And unfortunately, you can't replace the default messaging app, otherwise it doesn't notify you on the home screen when you have a new message, which is really, really obnoxious. So there we have it. Definitely get Aurora Store, as I keep saying, because I mean, look at all these apps. All of them came from Aurora Store, except for the mouse. The M8TVT mouse, somebody on Reddit sent me a link to it, so I don't know where else you actually download it, but I'm sure you can find it. If not, let me know and I'll provide it somehow. But that works a lot better. Now I need to mention the way I have this set up. I had to scroll down here, and you see this here at the bottom, the override activation key. I had to set the 17 in order for it to use the star key, which again, that guy on Reddit told me how to do it, otherwise I would not have had a clue. And it's much better than the other mouse. The other mouse, the apps for flip mouse, is just so bad because you have to triple click star to activate it, triple click it to go to scroll mode, triple click to turn off. Here you just press and hold to turn it on, and then tap once to go to scroll mode, tap once to go back, press and hold to turn it off. Much easier to use, and it just works better because you can actually scroll on most websites instead of it just selecting whatever you have highlighted, which is what the apps for flip mouse tends to do. And that really enables you to use any app you want to, for the most part. There are some apps that just don't work on the small screen, unfortunately, but that's not a touchscreen related problem. But yeah, I mean, let me just walk through really quick what all apps I have. Plenty of different apps. I'm not going to bother describing each one, but you can see what I have, and they all work great. I've deleted anything that doesn't work. Now, PDANet is great. So great. I'll show you that I'm actually using it to Oh, and the best thing, honestly, best thing nostalgia-wise about this phone compared to old flip phones is the ability to just select an option on the keypad to go to that menu option. I mean, how great is that? Cannot do that on the modern day Kyocera flip phones at all. So check it out. If you go to my data usage and scroll down a bit, we'll notice, oh, I didn't mean this. We'll notice that most of my usage comes from PDUnit Plus because that allows me to tether it to my computer. Hush hush, don't tell US Mobile, without paying their extra $10 per month to get tethering. Why would I do that when I can just use PDUnit? So, what else I need to walk through? Got my weather app, that one. Oh, and you know, great thing about this phone compared to other basic Android phones, like for example, I have an AGM M7. The AGM M7 cannot keep apps running in the background, cannot start apps on launch. And if you, it's a serious, it cannot keep apps running in the background. This one can. So this automatically backs up my SMS every day, and it actually works. Backs up on my text message and my call logs. You saw that Alexa works in the background. It's all the. I mean, I can even shop on the Walmart app. I can scan barcodes in the store. I can use the Walmart Pay feature. I can even run speed tests using the Fast app. However, I cannot use a normal speed test app, which is very disappointing. Being able to use a normal speed test app would really, really make it much better for me. So, because Fast uses Netflix servers, which means that it's throttled on most networks, including Verizon. So, as a result, I'm not actually getting a real speed test here. To get a more accurate speed test, I am forced to go to Google Chrome and use their speed test, which is just a little bit cumbersome, but it is what it is. See, if I were to switch to my home Wi-Fi, it'll be a lot faster. But here, let's just let this finish, right? Why not? But before I do that, I'm actually gonna go to Google Chrome, which I have that shortcut set up right there. Gonna use the mouse to run a speed test. See, it'll be a lot faster. Okay, maybe not a lot, but it's faster because it doesn't have that restriction because where it thinks you're streaming and throttles you down to the streaming speed. Typical Verizon, faster upload than download. Don't know how they do it. Happens all the time. Oh, my bad, I misspoke. The download was still faster. So, just for the fun of it, I'm gonna turn on Wi-Fi and try again. Oh boy, what's happening here? Okay. Realized I didn't have to go. I could have just double tapped this button for menu, but whatever. So just to give you an idea of how strong this phone's Wi-Fi card is, for a flip phone, that's pretty dang decent. Definitely a lot better than my AGM M7 can muster. So really no significant complaints on this phone. My upload's slow because I'm using T-Mobile home internet and they have extremely slow upload around my area. So there it is. And in case you're wondering, yeah, all these custom mapped buttons still work when a phone is shut. Just like that. I can press that button to play music. I can double tap it to skip to the next song. Just very cool. Maybe if I press it and hold, yeah, Alexa still works. Okay, that's just my actual Alexa device that keeps kicking on. So let me unplug
I'm having
that.
trouble hearing. Can you say that again?
Hi, how are you?
I'm wide awake because I refuse to snooze on this Tuesday morning.
Okay, so yeah, Alexa still works when the phone is shut. Flashlight, shortcut, See, because it's a built-in one, you actually have to unlock the keys for it to work. So I'm gonna unlock the keys, and if I press that button, it turns on. However, there's no way to turn it back off until you open the phone and press end or OK, which is very, very frustrating. But also, yes, you can still toggle Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and see the Wi-Fi just turned off. Switch to 4G there. Wi-Fi should be coming back on now. Maybe not. Yep, it's turning back on. Okay, well, maybe not, but it should. I don't know. Regardless, we can toggle Bluetooth on and off. Yep, there's Bluetooth. Now it's gone. So, pretty cool stuff. All right, well, it just yeah, none of that works on this one because it's not been set up to do that. So, very, very good phone. I highly recommend it. I really like it. Really good audio, good reception, good strong. It's a great phone. I'm really glad I got it. And I have two, because this one I'm sending back to eBay because the screen is way too scratched up and because the charger port cover doesn't quite go on all the way. So I'm not interested in keeping this phone. But I got another one for only about 20 bucks more. Paid 100 for this one, 120 for this one. So sounds like a lot, but then you realize it's a really, really high quality device. So hope you all enjoyed. Definitely don't pass up a chance to get your hands on one of these phones. Oh, and how could I forget to mention, this phone actually has a full-blown 3.5mm headphone jack, which is just absolutely great in this day and age of phones not having headphone jacks. And it has USB-C, which is standard nowadays, but not for flip phones. Modern flip phones still tend not to have it. So it's a good phone. Don't expect too much out of the camera. Don't expect too much out of it in general, but it consistently impresses me. Oh, and it actually has a few of the same old ringtones and notification tones as the old Sprint Sanyo phones. Not too many, but you know, just a few, just to remind me. So I appreciate that. And this phone does work fine on T-Mobile's network as well, except it just doesn't have Wi-Fi calling, and it doesn't have Wi-Fi calling, and it doesn't have mobile hotspot. They don't work at all on the T-Mobile network. I haven't tried it on AT&T because, of course, it's not on the AT&T LTE whitelist. So real quick, I just want to show you that it definitely has wonderfully functioning Wi-Fi calling. It'll take just a second to kick on. There we go, just like that.
Thanks for calling US Mobile. We're looking forward to helping you, and we'll give you our...
Oh, and yeah, I think I mentioned there's no Wi-Fi calling on T-Mobile, but it's okay. Still pretty cool that it has voice over LTE with the T-Mobile SIM. I wasn't sure if it would, but it does. So, okay. Hope you enjoyed. Bye for now.